All right. Well, thank you all for taking the time for toofab today. I guess first things first, I just wanted to know if everyone was gung ho to come back for season 2, or if anyone maybe needed some convincing to return.
We were
I think
excited.
anything to pull.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Okay, go ahead. I went ahead first last time.
I think anything to pull us out of the funk of COVID. I think being able to do it, kind of legally and be able to see our friends again and be like, what have you been up to? Because I split right when it happened, and so many other things happened with the friends and the cast that it was really, really important for us to all meet up at that time. So I think that's it.
Who's
Sorry.
next?
I'm like zoning out. You do some jumping jacks and wake up.
It's okay.
What was your question?
Were you ready to jump right back into filming season 2, or did maybe you have hesitations or concerns about returning?
I think I was ready to jump back in. I feel like we were kind of in that filming mode and ready to go. And as soon as we jumped, we were all gung ho, ready to go. And then we got shut down. So it's kind of a buzzkill. And then 3 months later, or no, more than that, like 8 months later, 9 months, so much had changed that we kind of had to start over again.
And for Heidi and Spencer?
Yeah, I had such a good experience with the producers for season 1 of The New Beginning, because I felt like the producer who was in charge was really about following like the truth and the storyline. So I was excited to film more because I hadn't really filmed a lot with like the group, and even with Spencer, because my time is so limited with breastfeeding and sleep deprivation and so much of being a new mom. So I was excited to try again.
I'm always excited for all cameras and
of course,
and lighting. So yes, I was just as excited as usual.
And can you talk a little bit about Caroline joining the cast this season? Obviously, Mischa's out. Just why do you think it didn't work with Mischa, and what does Caroline bring to the table?
Mischa was really entertaining the second they would turn the cameras off. So I feel like that was her issue, and I think the off-camera Mischa is a hit show. So I think Caroline is more of an on-camera person, and that's the big difference. I don't think cameras change Caroline. If anything, they help Caroline grow.
Yeah, I think with Mischa coming from movies and TV, it was such a shock for her to get into reality TV, and she didn't know any of the dynamic between us or history of our group because she never watched the show. So it was kind of like she was always standing there being like, what is going on? You don't like them? She didn't really know what was going on. But Caroline has known all of us, I got, like from Malibu and LA, like growing up. So it just kind of made sense for her to jump in and, add her spice to the group.
And she has the best pizza sauce.
So I have heard.
Yeah. You hear more about
it. And for, obviously a lot of the first season for Justin, Audrina, there was the whole will they, won't they storyline that kind of went through the whole thing. The new season obviously looks like it's very different. Audrina looks like she's dating. There's talk of a kiss with Brody. Just where do you guys stand now? And how is it different for you two coming back this season?
I think Audrina got over the biggest hurdle of her life, and she was able to open up and be herself again. And me, I kind of had to stop touring and doing whatever I was doing nomadically and kind of come back to my senses. So you'll see a little bit of us kind of recapping just with our genuine self, like our day one self, which what brought fruition to us. So I think you'll see that kind of just parlay and run its course. And it's nice. I mean, there's a genuity there that you didn't see season 1. So, and it's
we've known each other for so long, and like with any friendship, there's ups and downs. And I think this season we kind of came back and met eye to eye and talked things out. And you'll have to watch and see what happens.
Tune in. And Heidi and Spencer, I know in the trailer for this season, there's talk of another baby. Just what are those conversations like with you two now?
Well, they keep being brought up today, so I know Heidi is so bad. I'm
That's all
not.
we got in the promo to go off of.
No, I know. I'm not. Heidi is obviously very sad. She's not pregnant. Now I'm very sad as well. Before I wasn't, but now it's starting to turn into, I'm sorry. I guess we should have tried during the pandemic. I failed you. I'm sorry.
No, I think that we're in a good place. I'm actually glad I wasn't pregnant before. Now, even like with the show, it's been really stressful on and off camera. So I think that it wasn't the right time to be pregnant. Like, you know, we have a cast member or two who are pregnant, and I just see that I'm like, I'm the type of person that if I was pregnant, I actually wouldn't have been very involved in the show at all, because that was something, you know, just for me personally, it's so anyways, I am thankful for the timing, but we are trying, and you never know, this could be the month, so just keep trying. And I'm glad we're on, those are healthy vitamins.
Deer antler.
What are those boner pills?
Horny goat weed, deer antler, ginseng.
And the trailer for the season ends with, you know, the big arrival of Kristin. I know she's probably only on it for an episode or something, but for you, just what was it like filming with her again? Did you think it would happen? And you know, what should we expect from her return?
We love Kristin.
Yeah, we love Kristin. Her energy is, you know, is amazing. And just her being with the group, she knows all of us. It just brought like life, because we've been filming with just our group during this pandemic. So to have her come in, it was like, Kristin, you know, we were so excited.
That's such a good enough.
Like a survivor. Come on.
Nice.
New blood,
We're
new
like,
blood.
don't leave us, stay.
And you know, with Kristin returning, do you think we could ever see Lauren pop up in a future season? And would you want her to come back?
Hopefully just more Kristin, because I feel like Brody and Kristin almost started making out on the rocks filming, but Audrina was hiding in Brody's car. So I think Brody knew that Audrina had spent the night at his house, so he couldn't kiss her. So that is really the storyline we need in a potential future.
Yeah, there's some interesting surprises in store for all you guys.
And how was it filming during the pandemic? I know you're happy to see each other, but you know, were there other concerns when it comes to safety, or you know, just was it weird just to be around people again?
I think it was weird at first. It was like getting like not learning how to be social again, but just letting loose again, because you get so used to just being alone and doing your own thing, and then you're thrown back into it and you're like, okay, go. You're like, but yeah, every time we'd gain momentum, we'd have to stop, and then months would go by or weeks, and then jumping back into it, trying to be in that same headspace when we weren't, was difficult.
I mean, what better way to come back from a pandemic and then see all your closest friends again? You know, it was
right.
Yeah, it was like unorthodox, and then it happened. So it was like, and familiar faces. It wasn't like you went out and met new people or had to like start a new job. It was like you were genuinely concerned for their health and safety and what they've been up to.
Do you feel like it kind of made you or forced you to confront things more too, because you did have to be with kind of everyone the whole time?
Made it more real for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, there are no distractions of going out to clubs or restaurants or other people always coming in. It's like we literally were with each other all the time, and you know, things just come out and happen, and lots to watch.
I like the idea that in hopefully 20, 50 years, when people are coming back to the hills, hopefully COVID wasn't something that happens forever, and it was just this horrible time period that we're like a time capsule and like a modern type history book of like, this is what it was like trying to live life during a pandemic. So I hope that is how it is, and it's not like every year there's COVID and it continues being part of everyone's lives. And I hope it was this, we just got to be part of a very awful, strange time and made the best of it.
Yeah, it was very nerve-wracking at first, especially when you're so isolated and everything's so sanitized, having so many people around. So I would go through times where it would be like, okay, I'm comfortable, let's help me move forward. And then there would be like an outbreak and you're like, oh my gosh, this is intense. So it was definitely, you know, had its challenges.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you were able to pull it off. I'm looking forward to seeing the season. Thanks again for your time, and
Thank
hope we
you.
catch up again soon.
Thank you.